Thin trade on the local market ahead of budget day. Earlier, I spoke to Charlie Aitken from Southern Cross Equities. Charlie Aitken, there were renewed jitters over the Greek debt crisis at the end of last week, but the Australian market didn't seem to be fazed about it.
Well, it was an interesting day, actually, Tiki. The market opened up 54 points, then faded all day, so not a very convincing day. I think the jitters are still around. It may not be necessarily Greek bonds, but there's concerns about the budget here in Australia tomorrow, plus, the chance of the Reserve Bank raising interest rates, later this month, etc. And the impacts of the Australian dollar. So, not a convincing day, and the market faded from the open, really.
Now, the Stocks and Spotless Group had private equity knocking on the door. What's your assessment of their initial rejection?
Well, it's interesting. The shares were up 12.5% to $2.20, but the offer from Blackstone was reportedly at $2.50. I think it's the market's, 30-cent discount to the offer is quite a deep discount, which perhaps suggests that the offeror and the offeree are quite a long way apart. But then again, I think shareholders, would have liked to see a $2.50 bid on the table, and maybe some were disappointed by that.
Well, we'll keep watching that one. Atlas Iron has agreement to expand an iron ore mine in the Pilbara. How significant does that appear to be?
I actually think that was quite a significant development today. Remembering outside of Fortescue, just about nobody else in the iron ore business in Australia has expanded production. Most of the juniors are still trying to expand and haven't actually got there yet. Atlas Iron has announced that it increased production by 75% at the Wodgina mine to 7 million tonnes, 9 million tonnes in total for the group, and they restated their ambitions to produce 12 million tonnes per annum by December 2012. Now, that's a big number. 12 million times a $100 margin is $1.2 billion in EBIT. Just doing a little bit of maths for everyone here. The market cap of the stock's only $2.6 billion, so it could be a very cheap stock.
Now, Caltex has detailed a lift in production. The market's quite impressed.
Yeah, the market was impressed there today. Tiki sent the shares up 3.5% as Caltex lifted its guidance to 5 billion barrels for the half, up from 4.3 billion barrels. It's quite hard to say billion barrels, isn't it? And really quite a big lift there, and also maintained guidance on margins and upgraded their outlook on Asia. So the market liking that a lot.
And finally, Tabcorp has secured the Victorian Keno licence. Would you have expected a more positive response from investors?
Well, the stock did okay. It was up 1.5% in a bit of a, sideways-ish market. I think the upgrades will come through tomorrow when the analysts write it up. It seems like they've paid $60 million for a 10-year licence for Victorian Keno, which adds about $20 million EBITDA each year. Look, I think it's quite a good deal, sensible deal from Tabcorp, but you might see a bit more of a response tomorrow, I think, Tiki.
It was a busy day tomorrow, of course. Charlie Aitken, thank you very much for joining us again.
Thanks, Tiki.